You're now listening to a RattHaus production podcast. For more podcasts like this, head to RattHaus.net.
Hi everybody, and welcome to Common Sense.
It only makes sense on the video.
Yeah, I was about to say that right now. Hey,
There's a
everybody.
baby on the podcast.
There's a baby. You brought a baby into a podcast. Welcome to Comics After Dark for the real comic fan. I'm your host, FTR. Also known as Matt the Rat, and as always,
Mike,
Tiffany,
Patrick, and
Baby Elliot. Say hi, Baby Elliot.
hello.
Say it.
I know, what the
Say it,
fuck,
say
dude?
Say it.
God damn, man.
And Jose.
Hey,
Hey, Elliot, Marvel or DC?
DC.
He smiled at
Disney.
Marvel.
Yeah, Disney.
Dark Horse.
So Marvel then.
So yeah, technically. So Baby Elliot's gonna be
Our guest today.
our guest, and probably with us, not on the podcast, but definitely,
On
if
the
not
podcast.
on the
In the
podcast,
area.
He's getting his
in
own
the
show.
green
He's going to
room,
get a spinoff after this week.
What do we got? Elliot and me,
House Network.
Yeah.
Mouse House.
Elliot's life.
It's the Elliot Clubhouse. Have you guys seen the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse?
Fuck
Yeah.
that show.
That has Donald take over it.
Yeah.
So it's he's like, imagine if it was just me, and it's like the Donald Duck Clubhouse, but when it does roll call, it's like Donald, and then he runs over to the next spot, Donald, and he runs over to the next spot. I was like, this show's awesome. I love it. You like Mickey Mouse Clubhouse?
Fuck no.
Look, it's really like straight down the line.
It's okay, but it gets annoying as hell.
Here's the thing.
Dog!
Here's the thing.
Hot
Hot dog, hot
Fuck
diggity
that
dog. Look, he's already smiling.
he's happy.
already smiling. Problem solved. Look, here's the thing. O'Toodles totally be able to predict the future. He knows what tool you need in the future. Think about that.
Fuck Toodle.
There's some time traveling shiznicks going on, and they don't even address it in the show. What's wrong, Papa? Oh, there we go. Now we got some noises out of him. All right, so Elliot, what did you read this week?
DuckTales?
I read Good Night, Darth Vader. He did. That's one of his favorite books. That one, and we have I don't know what it's called, but we call it the Guau Guau book because it's in English and Spanish. So it says, the doggy says, woof woof. El perro says, guau guau. I was like, oh,
Perro dice.
what the hell?
Wow,
ever.
wow.
Like,
Not
I
wow,
almost
wow. It's wow, wow.
You know what?
Yeah, that's why I like the kids say, oh, the wow wow.
Yeah,
wow
wow, wow.
wow. Wow wow. The wow wow.
All right, you guys, I guess I'll go ahead and start off. I read XO Manowar issue 11. That was last week. I wanted to report it with you guys, but unfortunately I wasn't able to be here. And so great story, crappy art. They totally switched up the artist, man. I feel like I'm reading an Archie comic when I'm reading it. I was disappointed. I don't know if it has to do with scheduling. I don't know if maybe they dropped the artist. Maybe this was the intention. Maybe the contract was only up till 10 issues. But it's actually pretty interesting because this guy that's basically trying to do a coup d'etat from Eric throws these aliens out there, and they end up taking out Eric because he's like, screw it, I'll fight you guys man on man. Because Exo Manowar gets trapped within a force field, and he leaves the exosuit and comes out, and the guys go, yeah, we're not here to fight you or take over your planet. We're actually bounty hunters. And they just fuck him up. Because he's trying to do like some code of honor thing. They're like, oh, prince to prince. I'll fight for my land if you fight for yours. And not only there was the contract to capture Eric, but it was to capture the exosuit on its own. So they're officially separated right now. And I was like, this is a great story. I fucking despise the art. Like, I want that watercolor art. Almost like the Spawn comic we all read this week. It kind of reminds me of something similar to that, but like more majestic-y. Not as Sandman-y, but more clean. Come on, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about.
I don't know. You compared it to Spawn, and it's like really like
Well,
throwing me
it-
off.
it has the
weird.
well, you know how with
Is it like more pastel or something?
No, it's just more. It's more clean. It's more like, you know, with Spawn right now, it kind of looks not janky, but almost like Nightmare Before Christmas-ish.
Well,
like it's got like those
It's
corners.
watercolor.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's watercolor. Well, it's like that, but not as Nightmare Before Christmassy. It's actually like, if I was to try to paint something just realistic, it did that. And now we're, like I said, it's like I'm reading an Archie comic art. Like, I'm just like, oh, Okay, then. I guess we're not going dark and gritty anymore. We're going light bright. All right. But the story's still great, and it's continuing on from technically, I think issue 10 continued on, was the initiation of this, and then issue 11 continued on. So I liked it, but like I said, that art was just... They didn't even attempt to get an artist. I was like, can we get something similar? It was just a hard fucking right turn, and you're like, oh, okay then. So... Do I suggest picking it up? If you're reading Exo Manowar, fuck yeah. But just be weary of that random right hand turn.
Don't look for the
have.
art.
Yeah. You ain't going for the art and the story anymore. You might just be sticking on the story. Mike, what you got, brother? A baby? You got a baby on board?
Shit, what else I read? Besides... Oh, Ninjak. We read Ninjak, but I didn't know what the fuck is going on in the storyline.
So basically, Ninjak... Okay, we read Ninjak versus the Valiant Universe. And basically, Ninjak finds out something that's happening within Unity and goes rogue.
Okay.
So from there, they're like, all right, we're going to bring everybody in from Unity. So we have Exo Manowar, Bloodshot, Livewire's already currently there, and I forgot what her name is. I always want to call her Medusa. But I remember the chick with the red hair that was a
I don't
ninja?
remember her name, though. I know what you're talking about.
She looks like Medusa. She acts like Medusa. Her hair is controlled like Medusa, but it's not Medusa. We also have, who else is technically part of the Valiant universe?
Let me see if I can find her name.
Ninjas.
Figure that out.
Ninja. Well, we already said Ninja.
Faith.
Yes. Basically everybody that is part of Unity, and they're all assembled to take on Ninjak. Mike, obviously you didn't care much for the story if you were slightly confused.
Yeah, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. All I know is like they're trying to get him, and he's like, I need to find this out, blah blah blah, and then he fucks everybody up.
Yep.
That's all I know.
I just love his Britishness of him.
Oh yeah, he has that charm to him. It was like, oh,
Fucking elevator stops.
bollocks.
I love it.
But other than that, it seemed entertaining enough for me in order for me to catch up what the fuck is going on. And
were you just confused because you don't know the characters?
Yeah.
Or okay.
So it's like,
Well, I'll break down the Valiant universe for you one day, buddy.
oh, like you're gonna do for Superman for me?
No, because I can't. I said I would change you with Superman. I still feel that.
Nope, you won't.
Look, here's the thing. I think we've already explained it. There's a lot of stories of Superman, but there's only a good handful of like really good ones.
Yeah, like the Red Sun.
You know what? I like the one in the New 52 when he loses his powers and he essentially has cancer. So in order to cure it, he gives himself like radiation, but for him radiation is kryptonite.
Yeah.
So he just throws himself into this giant fucking room of kryptonite, essentially like is killing his cells but the cancer cells at the same time. And it's cool because he's like he doesn't have a suit anymore, so that's
died.
ruined. No, but it's great because like he can still jump. He has like somewhat of his powers. But he's like, man, I forgot how it is not to fly. So he's standing on the back of an airplane holding onto the fucking wing. He's like, I don't have money. I'm not Clark Kent. I don't work at fucking Daily Planet anymore. Like technically I'm stealing. I know it, but I swear I'll pay the airline back once I land in California. So people don't even know, and he's on the back like, holy shit, I'm going to fucking die if I let go. It's fucking awesome, man. See, so you laughed at that. Like, there are stories.
It's funny, but no.
He lies. I'm gonna buy you the trade.
No, and then and I end up rereading Deadpool Kills the Whole Universe again.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Wait, rereading. Are you reading it again, or you're reading Deadpool Kills the Universe again?
Again.
Again?
Yeah.
You trying to double talk me right now?
Yeah.
Who's on first?
Me.
I was hoping I could turn to Patrick for that bit.
Third base.
What's on second? Who's on third?
All right, go ahead, Patrick.
Oh.
Oh, you want me to continue?
Yeah.
Of mine? Yeah. No, it's just fun. It's just a different take of how he kills the whole Marvel universe. Because the first one, he gets
He goes into the writer's room and tries to kill them.
Well, it's pretty much starts off that he gets sent to a insane asylum by the X-Men.
Yeah.
And the doctor's, we're gonna help him, blah blah blah. And Wolverine's like, nah, this is a bad fucking idea. And Professor X is like, no, this is the only way we can do it. And then the freaking doctor pretty much say, hey, pretty much goes into his mind using his psychic powers, which is like the lamest name for a villain, Psycho Man. It fucking unblocks all his barriers pretty much, and then he just goes on a rampage.
Because in the first one, he gets a new a new voice or something, right? And that's what ends up kind of driving him to do that.
Yeah. So,
he doesn't have that voice of reason anymore.
Yeah.
But then he gets all pissed off at the X-Men and goes after them.
How does it keep
and then goes after the writers.
Yeah, and pretty much everybody else. And then, but in the second one's a little more different. MODOK put him like in some kind of like weird trance, and so he's seen everybody, the whole world, in a different light. Because if you look in the comic itself, it's pretty much dark, and then when he got put in this trance, it's like happy-go-lucky, everything. Like he's getting praised by Nick Fury. That's like how insane. Like Rogue, it's like cowgirl can't touch, some shit like that. So he ends up killing everybody. He's like, and then one chick is like, "Why are you doing this? This is us." It's like, "No, you guys are the bad guys." And so he's on a big killing spree.
So he's turned bad this time.
He's not intentionally. So he's seeing the world in a completely
different
mindset right now. So he's not. He doesn't really know what he's doing.
Have you gotten tired of these miniseries yet?
Fuck no.
I used to want to collect them, and then it started happening every other month, and I was just like, fuck you. Like,
Is
I
that
like
how
Deadpool.
you're gonna feel with the Doomsday, since they're gonna be coming out like every other month?
I'm gonna feel the exact opposite of that because it's one issue. They were doing like there was like Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe, then we went into was Killustrated the next one.
Yeah.
Then what was the one? Then Deadpool kills Deadpool. Then we had freaking Deadpool versus Cable. Deadpool versus X-Force. I'm not going in order anymore. There's so many of them. Okay, can you?
Yeah.
Okay, what's next?
Well, because after Deadpool, Deadpool versus Deadpool, then it went to Deadpool Corps, and then obviously the whole revamp of Deadpool, and then you end up having Deadpool versus the X-Force, Deadpool versus Hawkeye, Deadpool versus Thanos, Deadpool versus Punisher.
Do you see what I mean by getting on? Yeah.
So on.
Which I don't care. But that's the thing.
And then they tell two friends.
No, and you know where I was like, fuck you after this was when they were like Deadpool and Spider-Man. And I thought it was going to be a mini-series. No, they're making that a fucking ongoing. So I feel like I'm fucking Lewis Black at this point. Fuck you, Marvel. Yeah, I
think
said it.
Spider-Man and Deadpool is fucking amazing.
No, I'm that's fine, but I mean, like, fuck, dude, I was collecting all the miniseries, and now you're just gonna throw a random. And they're like, I'm just.
You're done with the miniseries.
I'm done,
man.
I'm done, and I'm taking my baby with me.
Sorry, Elliot. Sorry about the language.
Yeah.
Your first word is going to be the F-bomb.
It is. We've already decided. It's either that or shit.
Was it like Jay and Silent
Yeah,
Bob?
that's exactly what it's going to be.
Oh, you know what? When I went to the doctor one time, there was a 1-year-old in front of me, and he like went like, "Fuck," and he kept knocking stuff over and saying, "No, shit." And she's like, "Stop using that." And I go, "How old is he?" She's like, 1. I'm like, "That's gonna be my son."
Yeah.
At least he was using it in the proper context. Shit. Like, it's great. I loved it. Tiffany,
Yes.
did you read Baby?
Right?
Huh?
Did you read Baby?
Did I read Baby?
Yeah.
Did I read Baby? I read the Star Wars Destiny with Paige and Rose, and I also read part of JLA and Doom Patrol until I went to baby duty for some reason.
I was like, "Tiffany, you want to hold him?" She's like, "Sure." And then I was like, "Tiffany, you want to feed him?" She's like,
Sure,
"I guess."
Yes.
And then like randomly talking to Mike, she was like, without words, what I read was, he's done. Have your baby back.
Yeah.
She just came in, gave him to me. I was like, okay.
Here's your baby. I fed him.
We here. I'm gonna.
Bye bye, baby.
Bye, Elliot.
Bye, Elliot.
We never found out what Elliot read.
I know.
We did. It was Good Night Darth Vader.
Oh, right.
But we never got his review.
Yeah. Did you like it?
Loves it.
5 binkies. That's what it is.
5 out of 5 binkies. Hell yeah.
He's in one full diaper.
Why is my baby boss now?
It was huge.
Why not?
Yeah, it's huge.
That
So you read
show-
part of
that
JLA.
movie's really good,
I want to
okay?
know what part of JLA you read and how good was it?
The Doom Patrol, JLA and Doom Patrol.
Oh,
Number
real,
1.
Real quick, speaking of that, is Jar Wade? Is he still doing Doom Patrol? Is that still a thing?
Yeah, he's done some recent like meetings about it.
Has he?
Yeah, he's
See,
still
I
a
haven't
part
been
of
keeping
it.
up with that Young Animals thing at all.
Well, from what I've read, it's from what I read till I got a baby on my arms and couldn't read anymore.
Sorry about that, Tiff.
It's pretty interesting because there's this like new villain coming up, and also this new character called Lord Manga Khan.
Oh yeah, we're
I was like, who
talking
the fuck
about
is that? But then it starts off with like this milkman, but they call him the Milkman Man. And he
Milkman
yeah,
man?
and he goes into this family's house and literally, I guess, shoves the bottle of glass milk into their faces, and he kind of kills off the family. I don't know what's
Glass
happening.
milk?
Yeah, it's like,
Like
the
the
old
old
school
school?
glass milk
Glass bottles.
Oh, okay.
when they delivered.
I thought you meant like glass milk.
I don't know if he made them chug it all, but then all of a sudden the
Speaking of babies.
the Doom Patrol comes in to the house, and then all of a sudden there's like this giant udder in the living room. I don't know what the fuck it is.
And then that's where you stop.
And that's when I stopped, and then I got the baby in the arms.
and it was like, would you like to meet the udders?
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da.
And then coincidentally, I was feeding your baby milk.
Yeah, you're like, speaking of udders, let's give this one a fake one.
But after that,
so the Doom Patrol didn't even like come in at that point at all, huh?
it just came in right now. They walked into the living room and they just see this giant udder thing in the family's living room, and they don't know what's going on.
Tiffany's probably gonna read it next.
So I'm like, what the fuck's going on? So I'm on a cliffhanger right there. And
while we're sharing our reviews, just conquer that real quick and come
right.
back.
And then I read Star Wars Destiny with Paige and Rose.
Oh, that was out too,
IDW, Forces of Destiny. So they're pretty much getting all the women in Star Wars like having their own little
Yeah,
series.
because IDW still actually has like Disney
rights.
stuff, but it's like kids stuff.
Yeah, it's kids stuff. So like your kids could read this, your little girls could read all these.
My
badass
son could read
characters.
it.
Yeah. So
wants
it's pretty
to.
much what
It's his choice.
Paige like saves the day because they ran out of fuel and stuff, so she finds like these rocks that I guess provide fuel.
chingatinnies.
Yeah, and then she makes her own like little
Concoction.
off-roading car. But they get into a little mishap where one of the cars are not working, like the brake. There's no emergency brakes. She forgot to put those on.
What the fuck?
So she has to go find her sister and stuff, and they find other things. They find a big old cave and where there's fish that provide food and stuff. So
Yeah.
Princess Leia like thanks her and all that stuff. But they drew her really weird and haggard. So
Really?
It's like, yeah.
That you're all wonky.
Yeah, they drew her all wonky, but it's
The
a pretty good story.
wonkster.
I mean, it's for little kids and then
Yeah.
for little girls who like.
You did it for the Star Wars aspect, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, this is
But
what I'm
it was
getting
a
into.
fun read. It's a fun read. So
Would you read it to your niece?
I don't have a niece.
I thought you had a niece.
I have a nephew.
That's me.
You have two nephews?
I have a nephew. I have two little cousins who are pretty much like my
there you
nieces
go.
and nephews, but
That's
they're
why I
always
was
over.
mistaking it. I went over to Tiffany's one day, and I'm like, oh, there's kids here.
And that's the first time you saw me in a different way.
Oh, yeah. Usually
As
I'm used to...
speaking baby.
Yeah. You get Tiffany, and then you get Tiffany. She was doing it with my
And
kid,
you're all
too.
like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, I'm watching my little cousins and babysitting
Yeah,
here.
see, and then I got Tiffany back. Patrick,
What's up?
I'm excited to hear what you read.
Nothing.
Nothing at all?
It's right here.
No, I started.
Nothing at all.
Nothing
Nothing at all.
Or were you busy putting your, organizing your comments
Yeah,
into
dude.
those little
Oh
books?
my god. No, I've been using the app to scan them all in. So
I need to do
the
that.
comic shop near
$20,
me.
dude. $20 for that app. But it will store.
$20 for
No, I think you and I use a different one.
Yeah, the one he gave me is free.
Yeah.
Yeah, but after 100 issues, you get charged.
Do you?
Yes. If it's the same one
Was
that
it?
I'm using, yep.
I don't think
after
we're using the same one.
100 issues, you
Hey,
get charged.
We'll figure that out afterwards.
Okay.
They're not paying us, so we're not going to say their name.
Damn
Yeah.
it, you're right.
I'll
But
figure
we're
it
gonna
out
get you
once
as a
I get to
sponsor one day.
100. Wait, is it called comics?
Let me see. You guys continue.
Anyways, the comic shop near me had a sidewalk sale. Like, they brought all their stock out of the
stuff.
storage, 50 cents for everything.
Oh, nice.
And I'm just like, I don't know what I need because I haven't finished scanning everything. So my goal is this year to scan in everything. So next time they do it, I can actually buy stuff. Because I was like flipping. I'm like, oh, I don't think I think I have this. I don't think. Do I? I'll buy it again just in case. And then I was like, I better stop.
How many comics do you have in your app so far?
400.
Okay, so then we're definitely not right. Yeah, mine is CRZ or something
Nah,
like that.
I don't know.
Yours is just called comics. I'm looking that up right now to
Well,
download.
it's called comics on here, but it was different.
Yeah, we had a hard time
CLZ.
finding it. And once again, they're not paying us. So I'm not
It's
saying
Google
that.
it.
CLZ Comics.
Yeah, that's the one that I have.
It's the one that we all have.
Is that what we all have?
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
maybe it did
CLZ
charge me
Comics
something.
Right, here.
Let me see your app.
Chinga thingy.
Right there. CLZ. That's the one. It looks like
It
that.
says CLZ.
Here.
The icon.
Yeah, there we go.
I see that.
CLZ.
No, that's not mine. I have this one in the corner. It has like a little comic book.
Click
in
on
the
it,
corner.
but then double click out of the app. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, never mind. All right. CLZ,
Oh, yours
give
just
us
says
money.
comics, so no, it is
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, it is.
So there's a
different.
free one.
There's a free one.
Yeah, that's even better.
You're welcome.
Mine was free.
Little do you know, he's like, I'm getting charged $20 a month. What the fuck?
Never.
20 a month?
No,
I think it was. I think I paid like a one-time thing, but I don't remember what it was. Anyways, I binged.
Back to your reviews.
Yeah, I binged through a ton of Flash this week.
I tried.
Caught all the way up, and then so the one I read for this week is the annual. And so, how far did you get
In the
in the regular run?
in the regular run,
Yeah,
I
because
hopped
you had
on-
caught up until they
I
like
didn't
pulled
bu-
the negative speed force out of him, right? I remember you told me about.
Yeah.
Okay.
And right now I just recently bought like my pool, so I haven't been able to read them, but
Okay.
I basically haven't got past it. But please tell me.
Sure. So, so far in the story, there was, earlier on, there was a Speed Force lightning storm, and a bunch of people got affected and became speedsters. So some of them became villains.
So it's Spider Island and the Flash, basically.
Yeah. So, and then one of the things that's happened recently too is, so you have two Wallies now.
Yes.
So
Black Wally and White Wally.
the original, new Wally, old Wally. I don't see color.
I do.
Classic Wally, modern Wally.
Okay, then
So
how would you describe Reverse
Wait,
Flash?
red-haired Wally has returned.
I was gonna say.
But nobody remembers him except for Barry and a few others. Justice League remembers him, the Titans remember him, but Iris doesn't know who he is, and he hasn't gone to talk
Well,
to her
of course not.
yet. So,
Is he a West?
yeah, they're both named Wally West. And in the annual, so the annual is told, part of it is told from old Wally's point of view, and he says there's two Wally West now. We'll have to figure something about that later. So maybe they're going to change one of their names. Yeah, he's like, it's really confusing for everyone, and
You're
they're kind of
Black
like-
Wally. What the fuck?
So, old Wally is wearing basically like the Flash's regular costume, but with no top, so you can see his hair. And wherever it's yellow, it's white. So like the earpieces and stuff.
Yeah,
everything,
yeah,
it's all-
yeah.
and the lightning bolt is white. So
So it's
and then
kind of
new Wally is wearing the yellow costume with no hair, just like in the show.
Yes.
So in the annual, it opens in the future, and one of the things that has happened in the series so far is that Iris killed the Reverse Flash. She used a black hole gun on him. So the annual opens up on the Flash Museum in the future, and it's just been destroyed, and they're doing an investigation, and they figured out that Reverse Flash has been killed, and then it flashes back. They said something happened in the past to affect the future. That's when it flashes back, and you see Wally's story, and it's kind of him and Barry and the other Wally figuring out if he should go talk to Iris. And instead, he goes and talks to, is it Magenta? I think it was his girlfriend from before Linda, and she's forgotten him too. And he starts to remind her, like, we used to play in the snow when we were kids, and then all her memories come back. She's like, oh my god, and then I became a superhero, and then I joined the Titans, and then I became a villain. And then she turns back into a villain. And
Shit.
So then she's pissed because he jogged her memory and made her into a villain again.
Yeah.
Anyways, it all works out, of course. And
Yay!
she suddenly remembers him and is able to get her powers under control. And so he's still debating on, should I go tell Iris? Should I go talk to her, my Aunt Iris? And so cuts to the future, and the investigators of like what happened at the Flash Museum go talk to the judge, and it's a guy, and he's got his face covered, and they're kind of like, you guys need to go see what you time investigators need to figure out what happened here.
Yeah.
And he kind of goes in another room, and he's talking to himself now, and he's like, we're basically setting things in motion so that the one true Flash will emerge. And you realize he's going to send them back to turn the Flashes against each other. And he pulls his hood off, and it's Zoom.
No.
So it says to be continued in the Flash War in May. So like they're teasing this way out.
Okay.
It's because they're already doing another arc that just kicked off in the last issue of the Flash. That I forget what it's called, but it's not Flash 700, but it is the 700th issue of Flash if you add all the volumes together.
Yeah.
So they're starting a new arc, and when this one finishes, then we'll pick up from where the annual teased that somehow they're gonna. Looks like they're gonna have to fight.
You know what? Williamson's been doing a hell of a job on like everything Flash right now. Like it's just knocking it out of the
Yeah.
park.
It was cool.
I suggest you guys jump on it. It's Williamson, Hi-Fi, and Potter.
Yeah.
Potter?
Potter.
Oh, and you know that.
Porter, actually.
Oh, Potter. Because you know who's on the Flash show last year?
Oh, yeah.
Draco.
Yeah. Draco Malfoy.
And every time they show him, I'm like, say it. Say Potter.
Say Potter.
And every time he says Barry, I think he's saying Harry.
Barry. I hate that Barry. Did he die in it? Now that I think about it.
I haven't watched this year.
Oh yeah, I haven't either. I didn't see him because I think Flash
I
goes
read
off.
I read that he's not going to be in the main cast this year, but I don't know if that means he's going to be in it at all.
Maybe
Flash
like still working for Star
possibly.
City PD.
Well, he joined them. He joined Team Flash at Star Labs last
I
year.
remember that.
Barry went into the future, and he was still around, so he's still alive. But they changed that future, so
Yeah.
what's his name on the show? Julian. So he could be dead. But I finished Supergirl up till the end of last year. Then I finished Flash up until the end of last year. Now I'm binging Arrow because I want to finish them all so I can watch them in order when I watch the crossover they did, the Crisis on Earth X.
Are you gonna jump onto Black Lightning as well then?
I started watching that, but that's not in the same universe.
What?
They said the creators wanted to do their own thing. They're kind of leaving it open that if the creators of that show decide they want to cross over with us, we'll figure it out. But right now,
I mean that's easy. All you have to do is Legends of Tomorrow to use
but
that.
it has a very different tone.
Oh, does it?
Feels it's more grown up. It feels somewhere in between CW superhero and Netflix Marvel stuff.
Okay.
It's more not adult like dark and gritty, but the
technically,
Black
like-
Lightning's not like a young kid like all the other shows.
yeah.
He's an adult with two young daughters. Like one is 18 and 22, I think, and Thunder discovers her powers. So they could totally cross it over, but you can see why they wanted we're gonna do our own thing.
Yeah. It doesn't feel like superheroes meet high school.
And
drama.
also, when the show opened, I think they said Black Lightning has been missing or has disappeared for 8 years.
Yeah.
So they can't tie it into he got his powers from the Star City.
He's not a metahuman.
He couldn't get it the way all the
Yeah.
other metas did. They'd have to explain where he got his and that he was
Just a big mess.
It kind of works on its own. When I watched, because I was watching it, I'm like, does this cross over? So I paused it and I went online and checked and read all this stuff, and I'm like, oh, I guess it doesn't exist. Because I kind of figured in the first episode somebody from one of the other shows is going to appear to hand the baton, and I'm like, there's nothing. And especially when they showed that it's been 7 or 8 years, I'm like, okay, something's up. But I liked it. I'm gonna stick with it. But they said they're on the CW they'll never have more than 4 superhero shows on at a time.
Really?
So
Surprise there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Feels like a superhero takeover over
well,
on CW.
the thing is that they only run half a year, so they could do
true.
up to 8 shows.
Well,
They'll just never
they
put them
could
on.
Bring back Constantine! Motherfuckers.
Oh, he's gonna
Shit's
be on
fucking
Legends, I think.
weird.
I heard, yeah.
So
Alright.
yeah, he's gonna be on Legends. But yeah, I'm gonna try to catch
Well,
up
what's
on
going on?
all of them so I can watch Crisis.
Fuck yeah. So,
What's your update so far?
wait. Let me get my review. We'll jump
Oh,
on
yeah,
to
yeah.
Tiffani. So, I also read Nightwing 35. This is the first issue that Sam Humphries jumped on. And what?
It says untouchable, but you're
Stupid.
touchable.
So, it's really simple, you guys, right now. Basically, Bloodhaven is broke. So, it has officially turned into Vegas.
Oh, nice.
So, there's just a crime lord that's coming up, and Nightwing's going to try to figure it out. Then, of course, there's campiness of Nightwing, and it's once again driving towards
Remember, I used to be affiliated with Batman, but screw him.
Right.
So
Blah, 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 blah.
yeah, but honestly, I love Sam Humphries' writing. He's one of those guys that could get a character and just pinpoint it, and you feel like you're reading that character. When we read Star-Lord and it went into Legendary Star-Lord, it felt like I was reading Star-Lord. When I read I believe it was Avengers AI, it felt like I was reading Hank Pym. It felt like I was reading Vision. He's just able to nail those characters great. So if you love Nightwing, dude, pick it up. I think this might be 2 issues behind right now. But that's the jumping on point for Sam Humphries.
Gotcha.
And I believe these come out every week as well because it's a $2.99 comic. So you're 3 issues behind, but technically you're only a month and a half behind.
What number is it?
That's 35.
Yeah, that's every other week.
Yeah.
Any of the ones in the 30s are every other week.
So
And along those lines, I read another one too. So I tried Batman and The Signal.
Wait, we're gonna come back to you.
okay.
Tiffany,
Oh, she finished it?
Doom Patrol
I'm
and
still
JLA.
reading.
Oh, all right.
All right.
All right.
It's just fucking weird.
It is Jarway writing it again?
Let me see.
She's like, shit, I gotta go to the top now.
Yeah. Yes.
then that makes sense why it's weird.
It's Steve Orlando, Gerald Way, Echo, Tamra Bonvillan, Marissa Louise, Magdalene Visaggio, Sunny Liu. I don't know. It's just very random, this story. It's great.
Everyone's on their phones. I looked around and like it's
reread
quiet.
it.
Everybody's looking at their phones.
I have to reread it probably, but like you're getting all these new superheroes, maybe / villains, but because Doom Patrol's in their territory, so they're both fighting each other. So it's just weird because they're all talking while they're fighting. So it's like, what the fuck's going on?
So you read Batman. Patrick read Batman and the Signal.
It's a first of 3. So
From the pages of Metal.
yeah, this is kind of interesting because he's training another sidekick, and he's gonna have
Duke.
him fighting Duke. He's gonna have him fighting crime in the daytime.
Interesting.
And so it opens with Duke meeting with all of the other members of the team, and they don't want him to be part of it. Then it
So Damian, Nightwing,
Dude.
Red Hood, Batman.
No, Batman's
Batgirl.
not there. They only show Batman in flashback, but he's like, he
Let me
says
see
like
it real quick.
something about how they have a weekly meeting around the breakfast table to check in.
So it's Tim Drake,
Yep.
Batwoman. I think that's Bat Knight. I forgot who that guy
Batwing,
is.
the blue one?
Batwing, yes.
That's
Batwing.
That's Lucas Fox.
Damien, Batgirl, Red Hood, Nightwing, and I don't know the Prowler. I don't
black
know who that
one?
is. Is that? That's Clarence Cassidy,
that's
right?
Cassidy.
Jesus.
Yeah. So
Oh.
Now we know what Tiffany does when she reads comics alone.
I'm kind of curious though if they'll keep him as part of the team because he has powers, and that's usually not the case with
The Bat
like
Family.
Bat Family.
Yeah.
So unless he loses his powers by the end of this.
Wait, Duke has powers?
He has. He's a metahuman. He can see when he looks at light. He can see what he said. He was like. He can tell where the light was in the past and where it might be in the future, something like that.
Interesting.
So the way that he sees things. So Batman has him out as his like
Clairvoyant
vigilante in
motherfucker.
the daytime. He tells him, "I want you fighting crime in the daytime." And the people of Gotham are not happy about it because they see him and they start yelling at him, and they're like, "You guys are only supposed to come out at night." And he's like, "Well, I followed the bad guy. I go where the crime is." And they're like, "Well, they're not supposed to be out in the daytime either. But you shouldn't be here. Go back to your cave." It's like, the hell? I'm trying to
Nobody
help.
wants him?
Oh yeah, because crime doesn't happen during the
Right.
daytime.
They're kind of like, well, that's for the police. You guys, we only want to see you guys at night.
Interesting.
Fucking stupid.
Should be
Good part of the
interesting.
miniseries too.
Yeah. So we'll see where it ends up by the end if he's on the team or not. But you know, like like I mentioned last week on the episode that Matt didn't listen to, the team is falling apart. Matt got here today and he's like, "Hey, you know in Doomsday how like everybody's turned against Batman? That's happening in Detective." I'm like, "Yeah, we covered that last week." You didn't listen, did you? No.
No, I did listen. I just don't recall that. I swear to God.
He fast forward to me.
I was like, "Where's Go-Go Power Rangers at?" That's what I wanted to hear.
Don't fucking lie to me.
I swore I listened last week. Why do you think I just mentioned Go-Go Power Rangers?
It's a good bet that we talked about
Because
Power
we
Rangers on
always
any of us.
talk- yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on.
But this time we're not getting
Let,
into
let me
issue.
see. Let me see if I can. Fuck. Let me
Okay.
see if
Oh
I
wait.
can
Let's see.
See, you could fuck what?
What? A goose?
I have a baby. Apparently, I can.
Dad brain.
By miracle.
Where's the hole? Shit. Something Fuck. Hold on.
What happened?
Shit.
What
Fuck.
happened?
Billy has a plan. And like, and I think he was talking to he had a plan with the Pink Ranger, and they're like, I have a way that we're gonna go ahead and get your boyfriend out, and it had to do something to do with the Green Ranger, right?
No.
Nope.
You're way off. On
He's
it.
like,
What?
oh, you
that
guys.
was the end of the comic, wasn't
No,
it?
you have the right premises, but you're way
I
off.
think you're mixing two
Two
of the
different
different
comics.
of the comics.
Well, whatever the fuck. I was close enough. Apparently,
No,
I
it
listened.
wasn't close enough.
He's just taking stabs on things that happen. Like, I remember the time you guys reviewed Scooby-Doo. I totally listened to it. There was a ghost, and then Fred had a plan, and then they like they all got
not
split up,
true
and
at
at the end they
all.
tried to take the mask off.
Okay, so what was
But it
I
would have
off
worked if
about?
it weren't for you meddling
What was
kids.
I off about?
The whole plan aspect, yes. Billy and Kimberly had a plan because her boyfriend was getting in danger, even though it wasn't her real boyfriend; it's a fake boyfriend. So, and
Didn't it have to do with the Green Ranger though?
Oh,
Oh, that's
Even I know that.
MMPR.
yeah.
Oh.
So
Well,
and
fuck.
So Billy was in a
Green
very
Ranger's not in this story.
Not yet.
Not
at
yet.
least. So he was in a very important meeting for his future and whatnot, and he wasn't there on time, and a whole fucking conundrum
I
happened.
regret asking.
Yeah.
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 You
That's
know,
what
you
happened.
just listen to Comics
Nah,
After Dark number
yeah.
250.
Wrong. Goldar gets him in a chokehold and it has
Almost
a knife.
fuck a sword.
Yeah, a
Almost
sword.
fucking decapitated his fucking ass.
And then
Yeah.
Kimberly's so-called boyfriend / mutant or whatever he
Yeah.
is.
And all of a sudden,
Comes
fucking
in.
Billy's like, I got a good idea. I'm gonna to keep everybody safe. And blah, blah, blah.
All right.
So let's make your boyfriend to the Blue Ranger. And we're like, me and
And
Tiff were
him
like,
not
That's what it was.
Fuck
Yeah,
no.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
don't do it.
'Cause
I
the
got
Blue
I got
Ranger is
blue
the
and
leader.
green mixed up. I apologize.
How the
How
fuck did it get
yeah.
blue and green mixed up?
He's
Because they're
colorblind.
using it all the time. Look, it's on that Dasani bottle right now. All right, you guys, we gotta fucking punch it into full drive right now.
punch
So
it
what
into
do we
full
got,
drive.
Tiffany?
Pretty much with Lord Manga. I don't know how you say it. Yeah. He has this lab where he's developing like formulas from the DC team,
Okay.
and then using Milkman Man because he's got the formula of Superman. So he has like the same kind of thing. So what they
yeah.
do is put these formulas in the milk, and he goes into like these houses and put them. I guess he injects them into the people, and they develop these powers from the DC to whatever character that they are. So pretty much Doom Patrol gets into that. Well, they don't know what's going on till later on, but they're pretty much fighting them, and like they're noticing like they have the same.
Does it look like a manga at all or no?
You know, he's like a green.
So I see it looks kind of light bright and stuff.
Yeah, I like it. This is what he looks like. This is Lord Manga.
Oh, okay. That actually looks like a little
Con.
Iron Man-ish.
So it's weird.
That's interesting. Looks like Iron Man meets Thor.
Yeah, but except
Meets
he's
the Hulk.
Meets the Hulk.
So it's very interesting. Very, very interesting.
Do you feel like a traitor reading DC?
Huh? No, because it's Gerald Way. So he has this weird
I
thing.
liked. What band was he in again? My Chemical
Chemical
Romance. Boom. I only like the first album, very first album. Not 3 Cheers, one prior to that.
I don't like that band at all, so I don't give a shit.
Actually, I think I could get you into that first album. I swear to God, dude, it's so good. It's just straight fucking punk rock and
I want
like,
you to listen to it while you read Superman.
yeah.
Are you gonna kill it like you did with AFI to all of us?
No, because I only listened to that album.
Okay,
and it's a rare case.
Okay,
if I
somewhere
want to
tried to
that.
introduce that album to me in high school, and I said this shit's garbage. And
Yeah,
I'm gonna
but,
call it
but
garbage.
you listen to Static X. Let's go ahead. Let's continue on. What else did you
What?
read?
Oh, when I was at the comic shop this week, I found.
He goes, shake me! He goes, shake me! Kryptonite, stay away. You're powerless.
Who listens to Static X though?
Powerless. He does. That's his favorite band.
It is my favorite band.
Didn't really care. About that.
I don't give a fuck.
Yes.
I saw him. His hair was taller than me.
I know,
So
right?
I was like,
when you saw them, was it cold, so cold?
but he died, huh?
Yeah,
I
but
saw
he had a
him
little
before he
bald
died.
spot in the middle of his eraser head.
I couldn't tell.
Of course he couldn't.
He had been the Great Legion.
Actually, yeah, he would have.
been. Patrick,
Yo,
you're watching Men.
when I was at the comic shop this week, I discovered something I didn't know.
What?
There's a prequel to Doomsday Clock.
No, there is.
Yeah.
Oh, stupid.
No. He's like, no, there isn't.
High five on that one. That was a
That was a
good.
good one.
His depth perception's off. I can't fuck this up. Ah, shit. That was a good one, even though it was light, you ass.
Yeah, because it hit you with
He
knuckle.
got it with a flick too, so it sucked. All right, so you're.
Started Watchmen over. I haven't read it in a long time, and I figured with
I
everything
remember the
going on with
main
Doom-
story, but I never remember the side ones, like all the fucking newspaper clippings and shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Never
read.
remember it.
I'm gonna like read everything this time, just
God
because I
damn.
know there's a lot. Because there's stuff I'm forgetting. Like even when we read the last Doomsday Clock, I already forgot who the old man was in the.
Who was the old man?
He's Johnny Thunder from the JSA.
Oh, okay.
I had to go back and look it up, and
Don't
then
know
that
who that
was
is.
took place like Flash went to meet him.
Oh, okay,
in
okay.
the Batman Flash that I just read the crossover.
Oh, no
I
way,
already-
really?
I already forgot. So I was like, there's probably a lot of other stuff in here that I'm missing because I just don't remember. So I figured, knock this out.
Yeah,
Do they have that in audio?
that'd be cool.
Why is it too big? It's only.
I have it at work, so I read it when like I'm on my like downtime.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Mike,
What?
We all read something, but you just recently revamped yourself on this. We all read Spawn.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
fun.
Was it 82, 72?
282.
200 and
200,
something.
yeah.
It's 282.
282? Yeah, there you go. So, Mike, you want to go ahead and break down what happened to us in Spawn?
Oh, I got it. I have no idea.
You didn't read it?
I read it.
I read it
I
too,
have
but
no
I
idea.
have no idea what's going on.
Well, we remember
she
that.
goes in a mind trip. That's what she Jeff
Yeah.
This was a
out, so
story
it's
arc.
like-
This
This
is
was a
not
sto-
a jumping on
Yeah,
point.
this is not jumping on.
Yeah.
I agree with you 100%.
That's
but
not-
Mike and I remember like maybe a month or two ago, maybe even 3 months, we were like, hey, Spawn has like this new writer, this new artist. It has this girl that's coming in. She has powers.
Yeah.
We left it at that. This is the same story arc.
Yeah, but we're
But
there's
it's
like
been like
fucking
how
gap
long?
for
Like
us,
we're
too.
not- yeah.
So
No, yeah, I agree with
Fortunately,
you. But
a
when
fucking big gap.
Mike and I jumped in, we're like, oh, we kind of know what's going on right now. Like,
Yeah.
it's still the same
But you
characters
guys
that we were
been
used
like
to.
reading.
Yeah,
couple
so
one
I
before.
think it was maybe
So if-
280 we read.
If you're
maybe.
like a
278.
new person jumping
You're-
into
yeah.
Spawn, you're not gonna
You're not
know
gonna
what's
yeah,
gonna
so
happen.
unfortunately we jumped on technically 270 something, and then what me and Matt read was
Might have been
278.
278, yeah. I mean, yeah, 278.
Yeah. So now we're at 282. So there's a fucking
Shit, yeah.
gap.
So this might be towards the end of this story.
Probably. So pretty much where we left off.
I always recommend reading every 5th issue of a comic book.
pretty much.
Hey man, sometimes look, we're here to review it and we're here to tell people whether you should read it or should not. And obviously, if you're just like, I want to read Spawn, like Justin said,
Yeah.
and I was like, you got to start somewhere,
Start,
man.
yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah, for
this
sure.
isn't where you need to be
No.
But
starting.
obviously where we left off is where a fucking Spawn kills a chick mid-air and just fucking obliterates her.
So sick. So sick.
So, and then on this one, it's just a same thing. It's like a weird creature, fucking from Hellraiser looking motherfucker.
I like it.
Right?
He reminded me. It's the one with all the teeth. right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It reminded me of that cabin in the woods with the ballerina.
Yes.
Girl. That's what it reminded me
So, and I don't know, like, I feel bad because I'm not keeping up with it. So, in a sense, I don't know what's going on, but I kind of know what's going on. So, it's a big giant battle, a fight between him and Spawn. And then it all of a sudden it pans out to the chick that he saves, and she's in prison.
Yeah.
You're like,
of. With the ghost.
you're with the ghost. You're like,
The
fuck is going on? But it's cool too. But I guess her powers have manifested even more. She has a little more control of it because she has like a a purple aura and blue and purple eyes now.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. I really feel bad because I really want to keep up with this comic, but I don't.
Yeah, and from there she actually ends up trying to save her. She saves herself by injecting that
Yes.
stuff into her.
Serum
Yeah.
or whatever.
And then she has like
a.
a weird vision trip too, because Homeboy, the fucking from Hellraiser, comes up to her and then he loses his head, but somehow he's still alive. And it's like,
It's
what?
from hell.
And so,
Duh.
but there's one shot in the comic where they actually show a little bit more of Spawn's face, and it looks fucking creepy.
It's like at the end.
yeah, like the end, and it's just like, I don't know, the art for this comic itself, how they're working with the watercolors and everything, works so well with it, and I'm glad they actually gone with
Like
this
I
kind of
said,
art
it
style.
almost feels like Arkham Asylum, kind of when it comes to the art. Not nearly as demonic, but definitely like I said earlier, almost like that weird like Nightmare Before Christmas, where it's like these weird angles that are being injected in, and the watercolor on top of that. Oh man, I love it. I love it. It fits. And the thing is, like, from the Spawns that I've sporadically read for 200 plus issues, haven't had art that kind of seemed like this. Even when Todd McFarlane was on it,
No.
it didn't seem like this at all.
No, and I think
Not Todd McFarlane, Greg Capullo.
Oh yeah, but even with this art style, I think it's kind of like, I guess with the comics also is kind of, I guess I'm assuming it's going to also reflect for the upcoming movie, which we don't even know when it's coming out.
Yeah.
Which kind of makes sense because, I mean, Spawn's there, but he's kind of like, he's lurking because Spawn
Yeah.
used to always just like, fuck you, and just go in
Yeah.
and do what
Yeah.
he needed to do. I sounded just like you, Mike, when I said that right now.
Well, because Todd says he's only getting all the items for the movie from the comic books and from the animated series.
Yeah, from HBO, which
And that's
was
all he's
fucking
going off.
amazing.
So,
I need to watch that.
I don't know which comics he's gonna pick off from.
Yeah, that's
But-
that's a really big question on that. But other than that, granted, yeah, it's at 282. I really suggest, if you really love Spawn or you really want to get into Spawn, I recommend picking up the trades. It's a lot, but so far what we have been reading, it's fucking.
If you want to jump
good.
on this, you might have to do like 270 maybe 7 or 6, maybe even 275.
Yeah.
Find out where this writer and artist jumped in at that point, and then
Yeah, because me and Patrick are lost
Yeah.
on this.
I mean, it looked interesting, but
Yeah.
I would have to back up and figure out where the arc started.
completely understandable. So there you go, you guys. Man, let's go ahead. Let's kill that music, Mike.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Now make sure to follow us
Yeah,
on
yeah.
all social medias at Comics After Dark, and of course, click on the link in our bio for awesome T-shirts. If you're looking at me right now, wearing a That's Live T-shirt, and of course, go ahead and go to RattHaus.net. Click on the Pop Funko or
Banner.
Funko Pop banner, and you'll be able to get an awesome Supergirl and a nice little discount from us. I'm your host, FTR, also known as Method Rat. As always,
Mike.
Tiffany.
Patrick.
later.
Bye.